Hello, friends. Usually, I travel with my wife Renee and our little dog Jenny, but currently traveling with our oldest grandson Andrew on a 3-week adventure across Canada and parts of the USA. In the last episode of our great adventure, we drove from Jackson, Wyoming to Gillette. If you've not watched all of our episodes in this series, Gene and Andrew's Great Adventure, I highly recommend that you go back and watch them all. Well, hey there. Good morning. Or good evening if you're watching it at nighttime, We are headed this morning towards Deadwood, but before we get there, we were looking, the sun is right in our eyes, we're headed east. I was looking online last night, and we had a hard time ever finding any bears in Wyoming or Montana. I guess they've gone wherever the elk are so they can eat them. But anyway, there's a thing called Bear Country, USA. It's right around Rapid City, a couple hours from here. And it said get there early because lines are going to be bad for this weekend. So I figured, what the heck? Let's go down there and pay to drive through and see some bear. And then we'll work our way back up to Deadwood because we'll be spending the night there after visiting Deadwood. Okay, we're at Bear Country, USA, and just outside of Rapid City, South Dakota, and we're going to see what there is to see here. There are elk, maybe. There are bear, maybe. Probably we'll just see a bird or two or something. I don't know. Well, we'll find out. You will too. Because, as you know, Andrew and I have had a... Oh, what's that?
That is an elk.
That is an elk.
That's the first thing on the list.
Sitting right there. Hello,
Look
elk.
at more.
And good gracious, there are more. Let me show you. Look at them out there. And you see the one past the trees with the big honking antlers? Oh my gracious. Bye, guys. Have a good day. And hiding underneath the tree saying, hey, you guys eat over there. I'm just going to sit right here and chew my cud. It's okay. Next up, supposedly, maybe, if Santa's not using them, we're going to find some reindeer. Reindeer, depending on where you live, are also referred to as caribou, and we are entering their territory. There's some right over there. See them? They're just waiting for Santa Claus to come hitch them up to the sleigh. I don't know if they can fly or not, but they can probably go pretty fast. Okay, after seeing elk and after seeing reindeer, what is this? Please pull to the right for photographs. Please keep all doors and windows closed. What are we entering into, Andrew?
Arctic wolves.
Arctic wolf. That wolf looks like he's been hit by a car or something. He's just not moving. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, you want a squirrel? Want a treat? I'm not up yet. Want some coffee? He hadn't had his coffee, and I think he'd been drugged. Merlin Perkins had shot him with a dart, and he was just hanging out, sunning it.
Bighorn sheep's next.
Oh, bighorn sheep are next. If you ever come to Bear Country, USA, as I said, it's right outside of Rapid City, and it's $80 max per car. But what it's basically is $22 per person. And so since Andrew is a person and I'm a person, that's $22 a piece, that's $44. We really appreciate having you along on the journey with us. And, look at what you're saving. You're saving $22 a person by not coming through and just riding along with us. And that bighorn sheep there, just, hey, buddy, do something. Just something, anything. Well, maybe not. What is this in front of us crossing? Something that's alive.
There comes the baby. Two babies.
I think these are the
Bighorn.
The bighorns, but horn's not very big. It's kind of a medium horn sheep. And the two babies need to cross with mama. Feels dangerous. What is this pavement? Yeah, there they go. The park ranger moved them along and said, "Hey, you sheep,
Eat on the rock now.
get out of here." It's a good thing that we are in the car with our windows up because we are getting ready to enter into mountain lion territory and then bear and then lynx. And I think we see something up ahead. Oh, golly day. Andrew, what is that?
Is that a grizzly bear?
It's what's for dinner. All right, grizzly here on this side. And we'll look at black bears on the other side. Andrew, roll your window down and just kidding, don't do it. Don't do it. That bear said, "I want your picnic basket." Give me your picnic basket and nobody will be hurt. Okay, looking up ahead, there are a bunch of bears, herd of bears, a covey of bears. I don't know, is it a bucoodle of bears? I asked Andrew about getting out. I've got some Vienna sausages and some potted meat in the back, and we could put it out as bear bait, but he declined. He said if I wanted it, I needed to get it myself. And I thought about it for a brief second and said, no. Keep all hands and feet inside the ride at all times with the windows up. We'll get you a little closer so you can see them. I see some bear scat in the middle of the road here, which really that answers the question, does a bear scat in the woods? Evidently, if he's got a highway to scat on, he will do it there. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, you got a picnic basket for me? I think Winnie the Pooh ate Eeyore and Piglet, too. He's looking a little chunky. I think I'm going to go into the den and take a nap. All this paparazzi makes me sleepy. We're looking at different types of bears, and I believe this one's called Lazy Bear, the one with his foot up on the rock. He said it's hot, but it's not hot. It's only 71 degrees Fahrenheit today. And there's one laying underneath of there. One laying over there. There's a laying over there bear. And that, friends, is called that's like a herd of bears. Tons of them. We'll get closer in a moment.
They're big and fat.
Big bear. Hey, bear. Either that one is like the chief bear, or he's being punished for something. He's got to sit up there with away from the rest of them for some reason. And this may explain why we didn't see any bear in Yellowstone or Glacier or Grand Teton, because they're all here. They captured them and brought them here with promise of steady food, good shelter. Nobody would try to hurt them. They didn't tell them about the paparazzi though, and that all day long you're photographed. You're not allowed to be a real bear. I don't know. Let's ask him. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Why are you licking your lips? If you take a big crap right in the parking lot, right in the road in front of us, that would be entertainment. Are you going to climb up there on the big stick like your brothers did? Or are you just going to lay down? I think I'm just going to lay down right here in the shade. Scratch my back. Now that's proof that some people can fall asleep anywhere and in any position. And that's why we looked at every river and stream across Wyoming for bear. And here they got water, and a couple of them were hanging out at it. That one has got some blonde hair. I'm not sure if the bear was trying a new hairstyle and went blonde and it has black roots, or it dyed its hair black and it has blonde roots. Not sure. Stay out of the hydrogen peroxide. But, you know, you can barely notice it. Hey, it's you. It's all you. Don't let anybody tell you it's not you. It's you. Keep the style. Making our way through, we're seeing some buffalo. Who can say bison burger? Out at the fence looking at the bear, and then we have these buffalo right up here. As we make our way through the forest, we may see some mule deer, perhaps more buffalo. I don't know. We're looking for a ram. There's one right in front of us. Timber wolves live in areas of forested wilderness and tundra. They eat a variety of animals, from rodents to moose. They live 8 to 12 years in the wild, 12 to 14 years in captivity. They are the largest member of the wolf family. Badgers live in the grasslands, the dry open deserts, and farmland. They eat small rodents, birds, eggs, and reptiles. They live 12 years in captivity. A badger is an excellent digger. They can easily bury themselves faster than a man with a shovel could dig them out. Groundhogs inhabit rolling farmland and grassy pastures. They're herbivores. They live 6 years in the wild and 10 years in captivity. Groundhogs are also known as woodchucks, and they are one of the few true hibernators. Striped skunks live in the forest, open prairies, meadows. They're omnivores and feed on mice, eggs, insects, and berries. They live 7 years in the wild and 8 to 10 years in captivity. The skunk has 2 anal scent glands that contain a strong, musky fluid used for defense. If threatened, a skunk will stomp their front feet and turn to spray in defense. They can spray fluid up to 10 to 15 feet away. Porcupines live in forested areas, hollow logs, and small caves. They eat the inner bark of trees, as well as nuts, corn, and fruit. They live 5 to 6 years in the wild and 9 to 11 years in captivity. They are born with over 30,000 soft quills at birth that harden within the first 1 to 2 hours. Bobcats live in forests, deserts, and swamps. They are carnivores and they eat small birds, rodents, and the occasional deer. They live 6 to 8 years in the wild, 8 to 12 years in captivity, and they can run at speeds of 35 miles per hour. American martens are small members of the weasel family. They can easily climb trees and jump from branch to branch. Their diet varies seasonally. They will eat small mammals as well as fruits, berries, eggs, and insects. They are found in the northern reaches of North America, primarily in mature northern forest. Here are some of our friends, the prairie dogs, native to the grasslands of North America. They like to eat roots, seeds, fruit, buds, and grasses of various species. Prairie dogs have some of the most complex systems of communication and social structures in the animal kingdom. Now we get to black bears. Black bears live in forests and swamps in the eastern range and mountainous regions in the western range. They are omnivores, and the majority of their diet is berries, nuts, and fruit. They will also eat fish, carrion, and have been known to take down a moose. They live 10 to 15 years in the wild and 15 to 20 years in captivity. Males weigh about 200 to 500 pounds. Females typically weigh between 100 and 300 pounds. You're doing all kinds of cute bear things? That's right. Eat your brother's ear. Hey, wake up. I got something to tell you. Get out of my face. Leave me alone. Sleep. Bear cubs are the size of a stick of butter at birth. They have an excellent sense of hearing, 2 times greater than humans, and a sense of smell 100 times greater than humans. Black bears can vary in coat color: jet black, brown, cinnamon, blonde, and white.
Look at that tongue. He's the one that said, oh, look, he's gonna get it. Hey, bear.
Coyotes inhabit prairies, open grasslands, woodlands, and brushy areas. They're omnivores and eat rabbits, small rodents, and occasionally fruit and berries. Red fox are most common in forest and open country. They eat rabbits, small rodents, snakes, and sometimes berries. They live 5 to 6 years in the wild and 7 to 9 years in captivity. Arctic fox is a small fox native to the Arctic regions of the Northern Hemisphere and common throughout the Arctic tundra. They live 3 to 5 years in the wild and 7 to 14 years in captivity. River otters reside in lakes, waterways, and wetlands. They eat primarily fish like carp, suckers, smelt, and bulkheads. They will also eat crayfish and frogs and occasionally waterfowl. They live 9 to 10 years in the wild, 15 to 20 years in captivity. Otters can dive down to depths of 10 feet and can hold their breath for up to 40 seconds underwater. Bear Country, USA is kind of cool, and what you don't see out in the wild, you can see them in their penned-in habitat. And the baby bears, I think, were probably the cutest, and we like the otter, and we always like prairie dogs. So hey, you gotta check out Bear Country, USA when you are in South Dakota or across the line in Wyoming. Come on over and check them out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, share, like this video. We appreciate you so much joining us on the journey.